Imagine this, you're retired, your pension finally rolls in, and the government doesn't take a single cent. No federal tax, no state tax, no hidden capital gains clawbacks. Sounds like fiction? Not anymore, because from 2023 to 2025, a silent revolution swept through 10 retirement-friendly countries and they rewrote the rules of taxation. From Portugal to Thailand, nations are now bending over backwards to attract foreign retirees with radically low flat taxes, extended exemptions, and even total pension immunity. The catch? These changes are recent and most Americans don't even know they exist. But don't be fooled, some of these low-tax paradises come with shocking strings attached. Rising real estate bubbles, stealthy VATs, and visa traps that could ruin your retirement dreams. So which nations made the cut? And which ones are bluffing? Stay with us as we count down 10 countries that just changed their tax laws for retirees, and what you learn by the end could save you thousands or cost you everything. Number 10. Costa Rica. In 2025, the country's lawmakers codified a nationwide exemption on all foreign-sourced pensions, dividends, and capital gains for pensionado and rentista visa holders. Translation? Your U.S. retirement income is safe by law. All it takes is proof of $1,000 per month pension for the pensionado visa, or $2,500 per month for 2 years if you apply under the rentista category. These thresholds are among the lowest in the Americas, and there's no requirement to invest in real estate or buy local annuities. This makes Costa Rica one of the most accessible zero-tax retiree destinations on the planet. But demand is soaring. Since the law passed, coastal condo prices, especially in Guanacaste and Punta Arenas, have surged over 30% since 2021. Foreigners are buying fast, and infrastructure in some areas is struggling to keep pace. Think rolling blackouts, inconsistent healthcare access, and traffic chaos in San Jose. The law protects your wallet, but it won't protect your lifestyle. So ask yourself, is tax freedom worth living in paradise if paradise is overwhelmed? Number 9. Malaysia. My second home visa just got a long-awaited upgrade in 2024. Zero tax on foreign pensions remitted under the program. That's a huge shift from years of murky enforcement and contradictory tax guidance. Now it's official, your U.S. retirement income won't be taxed. To qualify, you'll need to place $750 USD into a fixed account and either rent or buy local property. But here's the twist. While your income is tax-free, general residents are now hit with a 4% tourism tax on hotels and resort stays, meaning your cost of enjoying Malaysia's top destinations just quietly went up. Even so, demand is climbing. Kuala Lumpur rents rose 12% in 2024, and inflation, while moderate at 0.8%, still hits hard in urban centers. One-bed apartments in expat-heavy neighborhoods now average $2,200 per month, and that's before factoring in medical insurance, transportation, or foreign school fees if you're bringing a spouse or family. Yes, your pension is in touch, but will your spending power last? If the currency weakens or tourism taxes spread, could today's dream become tomorrow's regret? Number 8. Thailand has long been a favorite among digital nomads and expats, but in January 2024, it made a quiet but seismic shift for retirees. Foreign-source pensions and investments are now exempt from Thai tax under the updated Elite OX visa. No more gray areas. No more legal ambiguity. The visa costs $42,000 and grants you 10 years of multi-entry residency. It's pricey upfront, but for those seeking long-term Southeast Asia living with tax clarity, it's a game changer. Plus, the cost of living advantage is undeniable. Bangkok is 47% cheaper than New York City, and a furnished one-bedroom apartment can go for just $600 per month. But Thailand isn't perfect. Political instability is brewing once again, and immigration rules, especially around visa renewals and foreign ownership, can shift without notice. You're not just betting on tax laws, you're betting on the system not changing again. So is Thailand's new OX visa the ultimate low-tax golden ticket, or a legal time bomb waiting to explode with the next regime change? The clock is ticking. Number 7. Uruguay shocked the region in mid-2023 with a bold new offer: zero tax on foreign pensions and investment income for 5 years. It's not a loophole, it's a full-blown tax holiday for newcomers. Retirees only need $1,200 per month in pension or $100,000 in bank deposits to qualify. Montevideo has seen a 70% surge in retiree visa applications since the reform, and coastal real estate in places like Punta del Este is already heating up, sales up 10% year over year. But this isn't just a tax gimmick. Uruguay is offering retirees access to stable healthcare, democratic governance, and one of Latin America's safest environments. Still, the 5-year clock matters. After that grace period, foreign income may be taxed under standard local rules unless further exemptions are extended. So you either plan for relocation again, or prepare to renegotiate your financial strategy. It's a tempting short-term play, but will 5 years of tax peace be enough to make a lifetime move? Number 6. Cyprus. This isn't just extending a good deal, it's doubling down on it. In 2025, the Mediterranean nation updated its non-dom regime to guarantee 17 years of 0% tax on foreign dividends, pensions, and interest income. That's up from 10 years under the old system, one of the longest no-tax periods available anywhere. To qualify, you'll need to invest €300,000 in real estate or government bonds, but there are no wealth or inheritance taxes on Cyprus-based assets. The reform is a deliberate move to counteract Brexit fallout and draw in retirees who once looked to the UK, Portugal, or France. But here's the twist. Local property prices jumped 18% in 2023 alone. And with demand rising, developers are slashing quality to meet quantity. Several expat zones now face crumbling infrastructure and limited water access. Yes, water. Tax-free living won't mean much if you can't flush the toilet in August. So while your portfolio may thank you, your lifestyle might not. Will Cyprus fix its infrastructure before its pensioners bail? Number 5. Malta. In 2024, Malta revamped its global residence program, offering a 15% flat tax on all foreign income remitted to the island. That's a huge drop from prior top rates of up to 35%. For retirees with diversified portfolios, this is a big win. There's a price: €300,000 property buy-in or a €10,000 per year lease for 5 years. But Valletta is booming. Applications for retiree residency rose 40% in 2024, despite local rents hitting €1,800 per month for one-bedroom units. Demand is red hot, and real estate isn't cheap anymore. Still, Malta offers English as an official language, EU access, and some of the most streamlined banking regulations for foreign retirees. The healthcare system ranks among Europe's best, and public transportation actually works, a rarity among tax havens. Is 15% the new zero? Maybe, but in a world where other countries offer 0–10%, Malta's reform feels like a compromise, not a revolution. Number 4. Portugal once wore the crown as the ultimate zero-tax haven for retirees. But in 2023, that fairy tale came to an end. Lisbon officially amended its non-habitual resident and HR program in October 2023, replacing the wildly popular 0% tax on foreign pensions with a still competitive 10% flat rate. Well, that sounds like a downgrade. Many experts say it's simply realism wrapped in a ribbon. Why the shift? The answer lies in real estate chaos. Lisbon's rents have skyrocketed 134% since 2010, driven by waves of expat retirees and digital nomads capitalizing on Portugal's lax tax regime. Critics said it was creating a two-tier economy, one for affluent foreigners and another for displaced locals. So, in a bid to cool tensions and raise state revenue, the government drew the line. Even with the 10% flat rate, Portugal's offer still beats most of the developed world. The NHR rules allow you to maintain residency with just 7 days per year in the country, and property investments start at €280,000. It also avoids wealth taxes and inheritance taxes, a huge plus for retirees planning generational transfers. So what's the catch? The government has hinted that further reforms may hit in 2026, possibly eliminating the NHR program altogether. If you're thinking about retiring in Portugal, this may be your last chance to lock in the 10% rate before the door slams shut. Number 3. Spain. In January 2024, Madrid revamped the aging Beckham law into a brand new tax weapon, a 24% flat tax on all global income up to €600,000 annually. Any income beyond that, it gets hit with a whopping 47%. And yet, for mid-tier retirees, this deal might be too good to pass up. The restructured law is aimed at non-residents who haven't lived in Spain in the previous 10 years, and it grants them 6 years of favorable taxation. It's particularly attractive for pensioners drawing U.S. Social Security, investment income, or rental property yields, income types that previously faced Spain's brutal progressive rates. The data is in. The country saw a 30% spike in non-resident tax regime filings in just the first half of 2025. Retirees are landing in places like Alicante, Valencia, and even the Basque Country, not just the sun-drenched coast, with Spain offering a blend of world-class healthcare, low cost of living relative to Northern Europe, and now a stable tax code. It's no wonder this new policy is luring a fresh wave of Golden Age migrants. But here's where it gets dicey. Critics argue the system may collapse under its own weight if housing inflation continues unchecked. Rents in Madrid and Barcelona have jumped 19% year over year, and locals are blaming retirement colonization. Could Spain's dream retirement formula turn into a social flashpoint? Number 2, Italy. As of January 2025, retirees moving to villages with under 20,000 residents in Calabria, Sicily, or Puglia can elect to pay just a 7% flat tax on their global income for an entire decade. That's right. The land of mozzarella and mafia lore just became a global tax haven. The entry requirements are surprisingly achievable. You'll need an annual income of €35,000 or a property investment of €250,000 in qualifying zones. That's far less than similar programs in France or Spain. The response has been dramatic. The southern provinces report a 12% surge in foreign retiree applications in 2024, and local revenues are rising even with the ultra-low tax rate. Italy's goal is clear: revitalize its dying southern towns, many of which have lost over 40% of their population since the 1970s. The government is luring retirees not just with tax perks, but with one-year homes, free healthcare access, and property grants. Retirees are the new economic engine, and the engine is roaring. And here's the kicker: there's no wealth tax, no gift tax, and no inheritance tax in global assets. For American retirees staring down estate planning nightmares at home, this could be a once-in-a-lifetime reset button. But will Italy's fractured bureaucracy and notorious delays undermine the dream? Number 1, Greece. In 2024, Athens doubled down on its radical non-dom tax regime, offering a 7% flat tax on all foreign income including pensions, dividends, and rental earnings for a stunning 17 years. Even better, the program has been extended through 2040, giving long-term certainty to anyone looking to make the leap. Entry into this financial paradise requires a real estate investment of just €250,000 or a €400,000 bank deposit. In return, your entire overseas income gets taxed at one of the lowest flat rates on earth. There's no progressive scale, no gotchas, and no hidden municipal surcharges. Retirees from the US, UK, and Germany are flocking to the Aegean by the thousands. Property prices? Still climbing. Athens has seen a 55% surge in housing values since 2016, with foreign investment driving much of the demand. But retirees are unfazed. Why? Because even with rising prices, the cost of living is 45% lower than NYC, and with just 7% taxes, they're saving more than they ever could at home. And here's what's truly shocking: the Greek program is the only one in Europe allowing foreign income to be taxed so simply and predictably for nearly 2 decades. For retirees planning around fixed incomes and long-term health needs, this kind of clarity is priceless. But will political winds shift as younger Greeks demand a piece of the pie? From Southeast Asia to Southern Europe, the message is clear: the global competition for retirees is heating up, and low-tax countries are winning. The US is facing a serious brain and wallet drain as more Americans retire abroad to dodge rising domestic taxes. Why pay 30% or more when you could lock in 0-15% for a decade or longer? These programs aren't just loopholes. They're strategic moves by governments desperate for foreign cash, real estate development, and demographic revival. But they come with a warning. Many of these regimes are under pressure politically, socially, even economically. That means today's golden offer might vanish tomorrow. So the real question is, are you ready to make your move before it's too late?